Shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Who prepareth a table before I. In the presence of our enemy them. Who anointed I head with no oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy. I go follow I all the days of my life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah, kadama we grow mabi. How my house of Lisa? I don't know what it was sickly for. How what are you mo? Oh ye wala dong. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, and we have never claimed to be, because we are not. We have actually taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the family in its whole entirety. This is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, right from the crowns of their heads all the way down to the soles of their feet. And then we subject these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny, right? After which we tease out the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. We are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. You can also find us on X, formerly called Twitter. We are also on Instagram. And on TikTok, we keep ticking and talking with the gracious hands of patriotism. This is the Black Empire Media. We are the headquarters of the truth, the foundation of the truth, the hometown of the truth, the bedroom of the truth. This is the address of the truth, the habitat of the truth. This is the mansion of the truth. This is the truth. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, and here we speak truth to power. I must apologize for the late start of the show. We were following up on a story that took longer than we expected. My brother, my sister, we are about to blow your minds. I must apologize. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We are more than just excited to do that. And can I tell you more? My brother, my sister, I invite you respectfully to subscribe to the channel and be part of this great family. Right after that, you hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Come here. Now today we have 5 very important stories to share with you. 5 very powerful stories to share with you. But at this point, my brother, my sister, can I just say thank you so much to our wonderful sponsors. Now, Turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori d'Oriente. Now, Tesori d'Oriente is Italian technology coupled with African raw materials to give you that premium quality made most affordable. It's gone beyond just a shower gel. Tesori d'Oriente. Pour a bit of the shower gel into the middle of your palm, shake up the bath water, and watch how the foam grows into a rich lather. Allow it to nourish your skin. Oh, yes. And then you realize that it is also an insect repellent. 48 hours after one single bath, you still smell like the Garden of Eden. It is soft, it is smooth, it is silky, and above all, it has this long-lasting oriental fragrance. This is Tesori d'Oriente. Hi, my brother, my sister. It comes in so many different fragrances. We have the Ikigai, we have the Karma, we have the Forest Therapy, we have the Royal Oud, we also have the Persian Dream, and even more. Which one is your favorite? I love the Persian Dream. Yes, I love it. But my favorite, my brother, my sister, is the Royal Oud alongside the Forest Therapy. That is the secret to my beautiful skin. Oh my God. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, with Tesori d'Oriente. My brother, my sister, Tesori d'Oriente is proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. For bulk purchases and inquiries, call Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599. This is Tesori d'Oriente. And my name is certainly Blakk Rasta, Ghana's #1, Africa's finest. Thank you so much to Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. My brother, if you must be insured, then it must be Millennium Insurance. Not every insurance is an assurance. Some insurance is an expired plaster that will ultimately give you that disaster. That is why I am introducing you to Millennium Insurance. Hey, what kind of insurance do you require? Motor insurance policy, comprehensive or third party? Or you want to insure your vehicle against theft, against fire, against burglary? No problem at all. Are you traveling outside the country? Then you need a travel insurance. Not just any travel insurance, the Millennium Travel Insurance. My brother, my sister, it is what it is. And I'm encouraging you to go Millennium this Millennium. Not two ways about them thing, the man. Now listen, no one person is a preserve of calamity. But when calamities come, Millennium Insurance gets you prepared long before. And the good news is that Millennium Insurance is very quick when it comes to giving your claims so that you'll be on the right footing again. Our numbers are on the screen. Pick up the numbers and join this huge family of trustworthiness. This is Millennium Insurance. Can I tell you more? My brother, my sister, oh yes. Log on to our sales portal so you can get more. Sales.millenniuminsurancegh.com, and everything is everything. This is Millennium Insurance, and I am fully insured by Millennium Insurance. Oh my God. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunemo, where we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of NPA. Oh yes, that is the National Petroleum Authority, and the message is simple. Hashtag stay back, stay safe. Now, anytime you see a fuel tanker involved in an accident and overturned, don't be so much in a hurry to scoop fuel or siphon fuel from the overturned fuel tanker. It might explode and your life would be in danger. Your life is worth more than just a gallon of fuel. You know what to do when you witness those accidents? Please report toll free to 192 or 191, or better still 080-012-3000. And remember, it's toll free. You don't pay anything. NPA is here for you. And NPA wants you to stay back and stay safe. It's a National Petroleum Authority safety campaign. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Patriot Solutions. My brother, in this time, if you are not AI literate, then you are squared. You are out of the game. Everybody is using AI. Architects are using AI. Musicians are using AI. Builders are using AI. Hey, footballers are using AI. Boxers are using AI. Even thieves and scammers are using AI. What are you waiting for? In this time, AI is like air. Better still, it's like water. If you don't drink it, consider yourself dead. If you don't breathe it, consider yourself dead. That is why Patrick Solutions is here. Just 12 weeks of your time, and you have an AIGP certificate from globally certified AI experts. Globally certified AI experts. And I'm talking about Valerie Clark, alongside Patrick, Nana Befi. They are based in America. My brother, my sister, you can study online, or you can go all the way to America and join them in the classroom. For just 12 weeks, you are done. It starts on the 25th of August 2026. The contact is online, my brother, my sister. And we have the QR code. All you need to do, pick up your phone and scan the QR code, and it takes you straight to your registration point. You can do live online training, and you can study AI governance. You can study Chat GPT. You can study RAG. Oh, you can study Gemini. You can study MCP, Claude. Hey, and at the end of the day, you get the AIGP certificate from world-renowned and globally certified AR experts. Oh my God, have mercy. And the fee is very simple and cool. You know what to do? You can even pay in installments. Pick up the numbers on the screen and call Patrick Solutions and get your guide to financial freedom in just 12 weeks. You can also log on to the website, and you can also send an email. Everything is everything. In 12 weeks, you would be a member of the rich family. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. One more time, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Right after that, hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. Time now for action. 5 stories. It's beginning. Story number 1. Watch this. Miracles ABOAGYE runs to Chief Justice for mercy. Now, his name is Edward ABOAGYE, aka Miracles. This is the guy. He was born in 1985. He went to school in Swedru and some other parts of Ghana. He's a brilliant guy. When he's communicating, he knows his work. But investigators tell us that he's a crooked guy, and that he has stolen a lot of money from the government of Ghana. He was the head of communication for the Dr. Bawumia campaign. He is one of the most respected when it comes to communication in politics right here in Ghana and beyond. He's quite eloquent, my brother, my sister. And right now, it looks like he has been gripped by the laws of Ghana for theft, money laundering, and even more. Now, Miracles ABOAGYE spoke only yesterday, the 5th of August, 2026. He's waiting to go to jail so he would go and join Wuntumi in there. The allegations leveled against him by Iyoko, working under the Attorney General's office, my brother, my sister, are overwhelming. And I wonder how he would be able to free himself from the shackles of this. He said to own a number of houses, mansions right there in Accra, all from alleged criminal proceeds of theft. He is also said to own so much money in 5 different bank accounts. and those have all been frozen. This is Miracles ABOAGYE. Dennis Edward ABOAGYE, aka Miracles. He's been talking. Yesterday he was on Joy and he spoke. What did he say? And it's very important to hear him. My brother, my sister, watch this.
Yes, people have toiled with their blood to get this democracy for us. We will not sit down and allow few people who are getting power drunk to all of a sudden throw us into the ditch.
I mean, where does the SEDINA TAMAKLOE and the incarceration of Wontumi feature in the reasons for tomorrow?
That is also another matter.
Okay.
The selective justice, the selective application of our justice system is also obvious to all of us. I mean, it's become even now blatant. You know, I wrote a letter to His Lordship, the Chief Justice. I don't know if you saw that letter.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I wrote a letter to His Lordship.
When recently?
About a month ago.
Okay.
Where I atomized my worry about his relationship and his romance with the executive. And the fact that it's becoming too glaring.
Have you received a reply?
No, yes, I think the Judicial Secretary actually issued a statement to clarify certain things. Because I felt that the way he was posturing himself.
Is it on the back of his World Cup?
I mean, that was just one example. I gave several other examples, and I felt uncomfortable that you are looking too close. The proximity within which you seem to be moving around with these people, it's becoming too blatant.
His name is Dennis Edward ABOAGYE, aka Miracles. You heard what he said. He has run to the Chief Justice of Ghana for mercy. He wrote a letter to the Chief Justice of the Republic. And this is the Chief Justice. Chief Justice Bafubone. That is him. And according to Miracles ABOAGYE, he unequivocally wrote to the Chief Justice and told him point blank that his romance with the executive is becoming too glaring. That is serious. Your romance with the executive is becoming too glaring. In other words, you are in bed with the presidency. And according to him, he gave 7 different reasons why he is of the posture that romance is uncomfortable. My brother, my sister, according to Dennis Miracles ABOAGYE, there was even a response from the judiciary, and he received it. Listen, my brother, my sister, nothing will save this man from going to jail. Nothing will save this man from joining Wontumi right there in jail. If the allegations that Iyoko leveled against this guy are anything to go by, this gentleman here does not stand a chance. We are told, while he was the boss of the Interministerial Committee on Decentralization, my brother, my sister, for the 2 years that he was in there, he was able to take 5.8 million and over, close to 6 million Ghana cedis. And that he gave out to a certain outfit by name Bimaba. How did he do that? He just called Bimaba and said, you know what? There's some free money lying down here. Ghanaians don't love to read. They don't even investigate. We politicians, we can do anything we want. He seemed to be saying, I want to pass the money into your account. Say, how are you going to do that? Leave that to me. And when the money hits your account, I'll tell you what to do next. Allegedly, he wrote a letter demanding a certain contract. Better still, he wrote an application for a contract from his own outfit in the name of Bimaba. Asking for a contract to do what? He specified. And then He wrote from his own outfit to Bimaba, telling Bimaba, oh, we have awarded you that contract. And according to documents, and according to Iyoko, over 5 million Ghana cedis was siphoned from the government accounts all the way into the accounts of Bimaba. And when the money hit there, Bimaba called, boss, I have received the money. How much did you receive? 5.3 million Ghana cedis. Okay, don't let it come directly to me. Let it pass through 2 other companies that you own. So the money was pushed from Bimaba, allegedly, all the way into Procurement Masters Construction Limited. And then, boom, into Zones Construction Limited. All these owned by one man, one director, before it hit the Hillside Piggery, owned by Dennis Miracles ABOAGYE. He received it via the wires. And then a big chunk of the money was sent all the way to his house right there on the Spintex Road. And we showed you that house. He picked up the money comfortably, my brother, my sister, and pocketed it. This is one of his houses. 3 of them right there inside Adringano, frozen. And it's alleged that he probably bought this or built this or both using bad money, proceeds of crime. My brother, my sister, he also has other houses. He has one inside Latte, and it's a 7-bedroom mansion sitting in the bosom of the hills, giving glory to the gods of Latte. This is Dennis Miracles ABOAGYE, born in 1985. And if you happen to take a walk into that mansion, you will be mesmerized by the sheer beauty of this beautiful edifice. He is a man of good taste. My brother, my sister, just take a walk in there. Look at the marble finishing. Look at the walls. Look at the flower pots. Exquisite, my brother, my sister. And when you dare take a look into the sky, it is blue and velvety. It looks like Jesus Christ is about to break through the skies and come down again. Rapture is about to take place. Look at the compound of the house. My brother, my sister, this is the Latte mansion and is allegedly owned by Dennis Edward ABOAGYE, aka Miracles. That's him. But the money was not taken to this house. Neither was it taken to the house at Adringano. He has another cool hideout right there on the Spintex Road. This one. That's where he sat comfortably, probably smoking cigar and watching a pornographic movie and laughing. And he took the money quietly, the money that belongs to the people of Ghana. Today he has the effrontery to tell the Chief Justice, you have too much of a certain romance with the executive. You are chasing our people all over the place. Please, power will soon change hands. And we are not too comfortable with you. My brother, my sister, I can't wait to see what is going to happen to this little rat. I cannot wait to see what will happen to this little rat. His boss, Wontumi, is in there. He ran his mouth as if he had mouth diarrhea. He told me point blank, Blakk Rasta, I remember that like yesterday when we met. Today, Wontumi is in jail. He's falling sick day after day because they are used to comfortable lifestyles. The prison, no, is for us, me and you, from the ghetto, who eat tuozafi and me and kuka for breakfast, eat it for lunch, and eat it for supper. These people have American breakfasts. They have Japanese dinner. And then for supper, they have something that is Finnish or a bit of, Guyanese, or maybe a bit of Surinamese. They are people of good taste. I can't wait, miracles, to see you join your best friend right there in jail. And me, there is no apology whatsoever. If he is right, if he is not culpable, if he's not guilty, may he walk. If truly he put his greasy fingers into the coffers of Ghana, may he suffer. And it looks like the latter is very true. It's the black pot, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak nothing but the truth. What is he scared of? You run into the Chief Justice and telling the Chief Justice, you are too much in bed with the presidency. Please, the way they are jailing our people is becoming too much. You should rather be worried about the evidence. You know what you have eaten. The Igbo people have a saying that I love. They say, he who does not eat goat meat has no business going to toilet and excreting goat skin. Think about it. There is no sympathy. We shall visit you in prison. You know what you have done. It's time to own up to whatever it is. And at the end of the day, the victor will be Ghana. Dash it away. It's the black pot, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 2. Watch this. Dodo. South Africa visa ban. Ghana shall retaliate. ABLAKWA dares South Africa. Jesus. South Africa visa ban. Ghana shall retaliate. ABLAKWA dares South Africa. It is good to think that your country is heaven. And it is good to feel that your country is heaven. This bald-headed guy called ABLAKWA is my hero. I love this guy so much. In fact, he makes me proud every day. He was in Jamaica with the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama. They went all the way to the Rasta camp. And whilst they were beating the Nyabingi drums, he watched this in awe. This is Jamaica. My brother, he is gallivanting around the world like Napoleon Bonaparte. This time around, not for conquests and not for slave trade, but to make sure that Ghanaians in the diaspora receive their fair share of justice in whatever jurisdiction. This is Samuel Okudzeto ABLAKWA. He is the MP for North Tongue. He is also the Minister of Foreign Affairs. And he has taken diplomacy to another level. I love this guy. Hey, President Mahama recently said this man is one of his hardest working ministers, appointees. I wonder if this man has time for his wife in the night. Men like this at night never have any erections. They are thinking about solutions, not erections. They are not worried about perceptions. They are only thinking, my brother, my sister, of solutions. Which Ghanaian is in which part of the world going through some level of injustice? ABLAKWA would be there like Captain Planet, with his bald head shining like the full moon. My brother, my sister, and he gets results every time. This is Samuel Okudzeto ABLAKWA. Now, South Africa and Ghana sat down and drank palm wine a few months back and ate fufu. Right after that, they drank wunkamote. And they sang, Womezameni, Wunkankamote, Wunkankamote. We all were happy to hear the two nations sing Asi Bonanga. We were happy. Now, what was it? It was all about South Africa and Ghana coming together in a beautiful tango. What was it? Ghanaians can go to South Africa, no visa required. South Africans can come to Ghana, no visa required. Kai, there and then, I looked into the sky and said, oh, Jaja, Ababa Janai I Sata Sata, Ruba Ruba I of Ethiopia Tanaka Tanaka. Oh, Lekaya Shok, lot of Ethiopia, who lick light by day, lick darkness by night. Komaya Sataya. Giving glory to the Most High God. That Africa, that had so many borders, now has those borders breaking down one after the other. Freedom of movement. Ghana can go to South Africa, no visa required. South Africans can come here. Oh, then we will soon start getting a lot of variety. Ghanaian men love South African women's shapes. And South African men love the shapes of Ghanaian women. At least some variety and some kind of barter trade could go on. On a more serious note, trade, friendship, all these things came into a potpourri of camaraderie. Hallelujah. South Africans started receiving Ghanaians. Friends were flying there, no visas. Then all of a sudden, some two crazy groups. One group is led by a certain psycho called Jacinta Ngobese Zuma. That's it. She's eloquent. She's quite pretty. She has a beautiful shape, but no common sense. The accounts have a saying that a pretty woman who has no common sense, it is a vagina that suffers. Hallelujah. It's an account proverb. Can I tell you more? This lady here has a group known as Match and Match. It means they will match like zombies till the end of time. They match against so-called foreigners. They want them out. They started by saying, oh, undocumented foreigners. All of a sudden, whether you are documented or not, you got to go. Hey, I found a video online. And the video online said something. You know what this woman said? She said, if South Africans there marry Nigerians, then they should go to Nigeria with their husbands. They should never stay here. Have you seen that video? Yes. If South Africans marry foreigners like Nigerians, then they have no place in South Africa anymore. They should follow those foreigners to South Africa. When I saw this video, I posted it on our great WhatsApp page. My brother, my sister, for the whole crew to see. And everyone was shocked at what she said. She said, we are chasing out all the foreigners. We don't need them in this country. They have to go. As for our fellow South Africans, whose delicacy is foreign men, like Nigerians, when you marry the Nigerian, you are no longer South African, you are Nigerian. Go to Nigeria with your foreigners. She didn't care. If Nigeria said the same thing, then what happens to that kind of relationship? If they arrive in Nigeria and right at the airport, it is said, you know what? Oh, if a Nigerian marries a South African, he's no longer a Nigerian. Go to South Africa. Then they will have to remain in no man's land. My brother, my sister, this was what she said. And I need you to watch that video. And when she said it, it pierced my heart like the sword of Zorro. Watch this.
Your chance, it's your chance to choose the right people. If you do not choose people who choose you, they are going to choose foreigners. You are going to choose people who give tenders to foreigners. You are going to choose people who give school opportunities to foreigners. You are going to consistently choose people like Figile Mbalula. Because Mbalula, when you are in a gathering like this, he's not listening to what we're saying about foreigners. He's waiting to hear what is Much and Much going to say that is wrong. When people are booing people, is that my fault? If someone says boo, did I send you guys to say you don't? Did I send you to say anything? Now, if you are unhappy with the premier or the mayor or anyone, I don't live in Limpopo, do I? So if they boo the person must take the boo and go home and think about it. Why are people booing me? Mbalula should be more worried about why are his people being booed, not asking me why are people being booed, as if we pay people to boo people. No. And next week he's going to do another press conference talking about Much and Much. Honestly, you must stop choosing people who like the sound of their own voice. You must choose people who choose you. Choose people who listen to what your problems are. Choose someone who's going to come to the ground with you. Choose someone who's going to make sure that South Africans are put first. Right now we can see that there are jobs in this country. All along they said there's no jobs in South Africa. Where are the jobs coming from? Where? Obviously, because if you use your brain and you think, you say, oh, there's people who are not supposed to be here. Let me get rid of the people that are not supposed to be here so the people who are supposed to be here can get the jobs. Simple. It's not magic. If you remove the children that are not supposed to be in the schools that you say are full and South African children don't have a space, there will be space in schools for children. If you're saying there's no beds in hospitals, the hospitals are full, the medication is finished, obviously if you remove the people that are supposed to be getting medication from Nangwangwa and take them back to Nangwangwa, you will have medication and beds and a functioning hospital. And lastly, you are going to take over those businesses that are owned by Somalians here. You are going to take over those businesses. And when you take over those businesses, you're not going to do something that's going to make those people happy. You are going to make that business a success. You are going to make that business a success for yourself, for your children, for your family, and for the future of this country. When you are going to a job, you are no longer working for yourself, you are working for the whole country. So you can't tell us you are tired of going to work. No, go and work. You are working for all of us. Because these people are not paying taxes, that's why we don't have money in the country. Now when you go and work and you pay tax, that money is to make sure that there's a future in this country. But you can't allow foreigners to tell you you are lazy. If you allow them to tell you are lazy, you're going to start believing that you're lazy. And if you want to drink on Friday after work and end it on Sunday before 8 and go to sleep. So you can wake up fresh in the morning to go to work. Okay? And to our sisters, if you want to marry them and go with them to their country. Okay? And you can build your Lagos and your Nigeria in Nigeria, not here.
Did you hear that? Did you hear it? She says, don't allow foreigners to tell you that you are lazy. They say there's no work. Yet, you can find work now that they are gone. But you guys are not going to work. You drink every day. Stop drinking. Only drink on Friday night, Saturday, and then on Sunday by 8 o'clock you go to bed. So you go to work. And those sisters who want to marry foreigners, you marry them and follow them to their countries. Marry them and go to Nigeria with them. Go and build the Lagos there with them. 100% xenophobia. Imagine the Nigerians say the same thing. Where is Ubuntu? How do South Africans and Nigerians or some other such African countries come together in those beautiful unions? For her, it's all about jobs. For her, it's all about South Africans chasing out people. She is the leader of March and March. Their numbers have been dwindling. They are tired of marching. There are no jobs. The foreigners were creating the jobs. Now they are forcing the rhetoric that, oh, there are jobs. There's another group that is headed by another blockhead by name for Kel Umtakati Ndaba Bandaba. That's his name. And when you are pronouncing his name, you need to take your time, or else you bite your tongue. He has such a powerful African name. Those kind of African names that I love. He was said to have gone to take some bribes so that he could match with the boys. That's how normally it is. The leader gets bought and he's sold out. And all of a sudden, all the people who follow him become the sacrifice. He's the leader of the group known as Operation Dedula. His lieutenant has broken away from him. For him, he thinks that they have marched enough and it's time now to concentrate on South Africa and let the authorities do their work. Ghanaians have been killed right there in South Africa. Now it has come out that the South Africans are saying that Ghanaians can no longer come to South Africa without visa. It means the agreement they had, they are quietly canceling that. You know why? Because Ghana has sued South Africa at the International Court in Hague for the deaths of innocent Ghanaians in xenophobic attacks and even more. So South Africans are angry. And it is being peddled around that Ghanaians can no longer go to South Africa without visas. That means that agreement is dead and buried. Well, my minister, Samuel Okudzeto ABLAKWA, has responded. And I'm happy how he put it straight. Watch this.
On traditional and social media, alleging that Ghana had been removed from South Africa's visa-free travel arrangement. As the South African authorities have themselves indicated, no such decision has been taken on this matter, which is governed by an agreement applicable on a reciprocal basis. The government, therefore, wishes to state categorically that the existing reciprocal visa waiver agreement between Ghana and South Africa remains fully in force. The public should therefore disregard reports suggesting that Ghanaian citizens have lost the benefit of visa-free travel to South Africa. Any amendment to bilateral travel arrangements will be communicated formally through diplomatic channels and announced jointly by the two governments. And I must place on record that in these matters, if Ghana is taken out of the free visa arrangement, Ghana will also have no option but to immediately reciprocate. That is how these agreements work. And so we urge the public to stay calm and not to fall for this misinformation and disinformation in wide circulation.
That's my minister. Yes, my minister. Samuel Okudzeto ABLAKWA. He stood toe-to-toe with the Israelis and called their bluff. He stood toe-to-toe with so many different countries, including Trump's America. We are a sovereign nation. Yes, we are not rich, but we don't eat dry bread. Right here, we don't eat grass. Don't bring it to us. If South Africa dares ban Ghana, Ghana will retaliate in its own words, reciprocate, which is a milder word. Call it a euphemism. My brother, my sister, this is Samuel Okudzeto ABLAKWA. If somebody thinks it's too important, and that he is the one who is always giving, sometimes you have to call their bluff and let them know that it's a symbiotic relationship. This is the president of South Africa. He is the most uncomfortable president on earth, and I sympathize with him. If he's not careful, things would happen to him for sitting back and behaving like a zombie when all these xenophobes hit the streets and misbehave, and absolutely nothing is done except talk. My brother, my sister, this is where we are. If South Africa tries to stop Ghana, it's not a fight. Ghana will step back and push South Africa back. As simple as that. In Nigeria, they have a saying that I love. You know how they put it? They say, you do me, I do you. Man no go vex. It's the Black Fort. A.K.A. Kukushunemo. And here, we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey-ya! Hey-you! Kai! Wayo! Kogu!
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Blackpot. Cuckoo show, man.
It's the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. We are the biggest when it comes to patriotism. I invite you to please subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. And remember, it's for free, absolutely. Recommend us to family and friends. Like the page. And above all, please remember to share the broadcast. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Shodemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 3. Watch this. Shegedamburuba. Useless parade of kleptomaniacs as NPP'S policeman-slapping demo comes to town. It's a mouthful, but it's self-explanatory. Useless parade of kleptomaniacs as NPP'S police-slapping, yes, demo comes to town. Can I take it again? Useless parade of kleptomaniacs as NPP'S policeman-slapping demo comes to town. My brother, they couldn't choose any day, but this day, exactly last year, when 8 gallant men of our nation, my brother, my sister, were killed in a military Z9 Harbinger helicopter crash just over the hills of Omwase, around a place called Brofieldru. 8 men, pilots, military men, and appointees of this government, they went down. My brother, my sister, they were going to help clean up the mess that the 8-year rule of these kleptomaniacs, my brother, my sister, gave us in sorrow. Ghanaians were all crying. Everybody was sad that, oh, they were happy that a new president had been sworn in. We were tired of the 8-year rule of Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar had been chased into the bush. Nebuchadnezzar was now eating grass like a beast. It was time now, my brother, my sister, for a new leadership. Muhammad took on that leadership. Everyone was energized to move with the speed of light. Then that helicopter came down. 8 of them died. The nation was thrown into mourning. Oh, wives became husbandless. Children became fatherless. Today, exactly last year, these 8 gallant men went down. And this is the day that the kleptomaniacs have decided to demonstrate. Today, whilst I was in town, the city of Accra, a lot of the roads were blocked. And I was wondering what it was. I was late in arriving where I was going. Then later I realized that, oh, there was an animal called demonstration in town. Yes, it is in your civic right and duty to demonstrate. The police were called to action. They came, making sure everything was okay. But there were some bits and pieces of violence. But the police did their work very well. They were combat ready. They were able to quell such effusions, calm down the scenarios, and reminded the demonstrators that they were demonstrating for a reason and they should concentrate on the reason and not violence. My brother, my sister, yes, generally it was incidentless, except for those few moments that we see right here by the kind courtesy of Adum TV. My brother, my sister, and people staying back. Yes, news people making sure that everything was captured on tape. Look at it. Police people say, don't cross this part. This gentleman here says, no, I want to speak to the president. He said, no, you have leaders. You need to be able to bring a certain petition, whatever it is. They held placards. But these people are so good at doing one thing, going into the ghetto where they have staffed with drugs to bring these people out to come there and demonstrate in what they don't even understand. We have seen it before. Today, they were out here to demonstrate. And by the kind courtesy of Zygote Studios, we have these ones to traffic heavy in town. And look at that truck at the back carrying a canoe. As to what that was supposed to symbolize, your guess is as good as mine. It is representing fishermen. And you can see the man there holding an oar, paddling the canoe. Of course, the canoe is sitting on a truck. And these people are all in black and red. And they are demonstrating. Now, what was the demonstration all about? Do you know? They said they are fighting against the government for not being democratic. They claim that there's a fight against democracy. And for that matter, they had to go out there and demonstrate. They claim that so many people have been arrested in the NPP, and they think that the right thing is not being done. It's in their right to demonstrate. And time after time, they made speeches. I'm going to begin with Nana B, one of the big wigs of the party. His father was a big businessman in the days of Jerry John Rawlings. But Jerry John Rawlings crippled the man's business. He was simply called Boache Matres. And from that time, I am sure that they decided not to like anything PNDC, NDC. A lot of the people who joined the NPP are people who are aggrieved that something happened in the past that had to do with the PNDC and Rawlings. He spoke. Let's listen to what he said. And when we return, we have more. Watch this.
Interest you to note that under President Mahama, we have witnessed what we will describe as the wanton suppression and criminalization of free speech. Yes. Just yesterday, the communications officer for Asante Achim South, popularly known as Papa Rich, who is also a journalist, he's your colleague. He works with Ahinipa FM. He was arrested after his program. And we are being told that he only posted on his Facebook that there seems to be some selective justice being perpetrated by this government. He is seen to be a fierce critic of this government, and he was arrested. We must all condemn this action. And it's a shame that President Mahama will be superintending over such suppression. It is becoming alarming and it's becoming frightening. Again, there was this gentleman who works with the Obuasi municipality. He was arrested. His offense, he has posted on his social media page a video of President Mahama and the National Security Coordinator, where the president allegedly was heard to be mentioning 150 million. And the gentleman is asking, hey, Mr. President, 150 million for what? And he was arrested all the way from Obuasi to Greater Accra. In fact, at the time he was even put before the court, his family members never knew of it. He never had access to his lawyer. what is happening in this country. President Mahama, when you were in opposition, you authored an open letter to His Excellency, the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo then, where you cited 3 instances, which in your view amounts to criminalization of free speech. 3 instances. Today, under your watch, we can count as many as 45 cases where people who are activists on social media, where journalists are being arrested, and we are abusing the law. Publication of falsehood. We are abusing it.
When people have nothing to say, they only scream like toads. They squeak like mice, and they quack like ducks. They howl like owls, and they bark like dogs. Sadly, that's what Nana B just did. Where are the journalists arrested? Under Nana Addo, we saw a great investigative journalist chased out of the regime. Manasseh Awine Azure. We saw me, myself, and I, my good self, as harmless as I am. We saw a gunman break into the studio trying to take my life. He was shot several times, and when the police carried him away, we were told that he escaped under the watch of the police and the doctors. When I pushed for an explanation, they said that he all of a sudden became wild and beat up everybody and broke the chains like Samson and escaped through the window. In fact, they released a communique, press release. Yes, in the days, the Journalists Association released. My brother, my sister, it was all over in the news up till this date. The police have never been able to find a guy who broke into my studios right there at Xylophone trying to take my life. And when you look at the CCTV images, it's frightening. The pool of blood that this guy was in, many thought he had died. East Legon police carried him away, and under their watch, he effervesces right into thin air. Under the watch of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, my brother, my sister, much as some of these things were happening, there was so much freedom of speech. Give it to Nana Addo. Because in his days as president, I spoke my mind like I've always done. But it was in his regime, for the first time, a gunman broke into my studios at Xylophone and was shot several times. But I still will give it to him. We still spoke our minds. Though Manasseh was ferried all the way to South Africa, and for the first time had policemen guarding him at home for several months on end. And the taxpayer paid for that. I don't think there was ever any demonstration that said democracy and free speech were under attack. But it's okay. I am flummoxed. I am hypnotized. My brother, my sister. Oh yes. I can't seem to understand what they mean by democracy under attack. Do you? There's somebody posted something on social media, and he put the picture of Mahama or video of Mahama saying something. They know how to tell the story. When you go watch the video and you hear the threats, You can insult Mahama as much as you want. You can insult Black Rasta as much as, but when you threaten my life, that's a crime. They won't add that there were threats because they are kingpins and carriers of falsehood. That's how they thrive. They are suffering from a dangerous sickness called kleptomania. When they were in power, they built a whole mansion called the Kleptodome. It was a kingdom. Kleptodome. My brother, my sister, the economy is thriving. Mahama is doing what he's supposed to be doing. He could do better. We are urging him home not to be distracted by these kleptomaniacs. They have arrested some of them who are alleged to be thieves. And therefore, it is breaking their back. The Ashanti regional chairman is in jail for destroying our water bodies, flora and fauna. And more charges are coming up against him. He will continue to be in jail until these kleptomaniacs come back in power 6 million years to come. I don't like these guys. They are not truthful. They are liars. They don't respect any democracy. For them, it's all about stealing. Look how my theft went on. We haven't forgotten the cathedral that has become air. It's a hole, my brother, my sister, as we speak right now. The houses of judges pulled down to replace that with a hole. And today, frogs, toads, I hear there are 2 alligators who live in there as well. When you are passing there in the night, my brother, it's like you are in hell. Quack, 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 quack. And you look around, you see a toad whose throat is as fat as an airbag in a car. All this you did to us. You gave unprofessional haircuts to Ghanaians, a lot of who have become, was flying the most exorbitant private jets all over the world in his own Gulliver's travels. That was not democracy under attack. We saw under your regime how a woman carried all the money from the Bank of Ghana under her bed. Her maid servants were stealing the money because the money was in hordes, lips and bounds. She couldn't tell. Up till now, the matter has been iced like an Egyptian corpse mummy in a sarcophagus. Oh, yo, P, uncle. Hey, whatever Mahama is doing to us, sometimes, that's what I can't say that I like. You see, your boss will throw me, you know, who can for back. Me can for the Mahama the mamen. The Omotiano the man, the Abu. How do you call jaw in tree? Abu mi jaw. Ma pantai bu. Timinata, na ma say akukwa coccidiosis actually. You remember those days? Fion. Please don't annoy us. Ghanaians, we are tired of you guys. Stay in your corner. You are just tired of being in opposition. You are tired of being in opposition. All the stolen money is finished. You have used that for bunga bunga and all that. But some of you have started vomiting back the stolen money that belonged to Ghana. These kleptomaniacs, I'm glad Ghanaians are showing them their real color. They can't have any demonstration unless they go to hire and beg and give drugs to people to come on the street and do their bidding. Oh, your uncle. Traffic in town. And they chose a day like today when we should be looking at our heroes who went down the drain. No, it's a day for them to hit the streets. Well, anytime they hit the streets, they only remind us of the glory that Mahama came to give us. My brother, my sister, Afenyo Markin is the minority leader. Of course, he's under pressure. He has to speak. He said when they come into power, Tokono will be brought back. Tokon. Do we all remember Tokon? Lawyer Tadio Sorry told us a long time ago that Afenyo Markin was Tokono's little boy. And she gave him a lot of favors, unprecedented favors in a so-called democracy that they were even proud of. What did he say? Watch this.
Kugudu, young country, young Chief Justice. Somebody in the area who crack. Nyameya Tumua 2028. Bawumia Baba Power. Nobody else on the Juma Mrs. Power. Oma paying also in Kopio. Omo ni candidate. Yen yawa Dr. Bawumia. Itino Omo Pio Dr. Bawumia Power. Omo Pio Dr. Bawumia. Omo Pio Dr. Bawumia. Omo Pio Dr. Bawumia. Omo Pio Dr. Bawumia. Omo Pio Dr. Bawumia.
Omumpeo, Dr. Bawumia Power. One check a million. Remember when they used to say that? One check a million. I honestly sympathize with a policeman slapper like this guy. In a proper democracy, to be honest with you, this guy would be on the same bed with Wuntumi in Sawam. It's sad that police people can't go on demonstration. I would have called for it. One of your own was slapped 3 times. The evidence was so glaring. For some political gymnastics, they have swept it under the table. The arrogant guy hasn't even been able to go to the young policeman to say, bro, let's go eat some banku. I'm sorry for what happened. Push it away. No. And the nation is supporting this guy. Justice delayed is what? Justice delivered? No, justice denied. He's saying that Chief Justice will return to power. In fact, Tokonu, we were told, gave him a lot of favors. Jumped a lot of queues for Afenyo Markin. He made huge monies from the Judiciary Council, whatever it's supposed to mean, as told to us by lawyer Tadio Sorry. So he's crying more than the bereaved. That is his selfish interest. He wants her back so he can continue to have those favors. You see how Ghana is? He didn't finish there. He spoke some more. Watch this.
What's up, Mumbre? Any better demonstration with you? Any better say? You can say, I am from here. And this is buying. I'm buying almost 3 shifts. Almost 24-hour economy. Almost improve to Ghana. 1 year, 6 months. I want to be about help people slow and I want to be 30 years. The justice system no higher selective. And we are NDC media also prison. You want him by the Santa. It's a young folk who control. Young folk quiet demonstration. Young Nancy. No, be our God who said MPP. That are such a nice so much 2028. Dr. Muhammad Bawumia.
Even the Bawumia, power. There's no power in their voices. They all know Bawumia as a dead horse. How is Bawumia going to be president? By what magic? Even Touaje, the Red Hunter, cannot make him president. Even God will never make this man president. It's finished. Hey! Ghanaians, have you forgotten what these guys did? Bawumia was only a mate. He was a stooge. He was a robot. Anytime his master said, let's go, he went, Joro, Jara, Joro, Joro, Jara, attention. Hey, Bawumia, sit down. He went, brah, stand up. Hey, touch your bald head. Bah. Hey, salute. Bah. That was Bawumia robot. He was Nana Addo's robot. After Nana Addo used him, he refused him. He didn't even give him a penny for his own election. Hi! Me, I got angry with Bawumia. And it will be difficult, my brother, my sister, for anybody to convince me. Do I even matter? This guy, wait! Wait, Namusi 2028 power, and wait! I wish I had a way of multiplying Bawumia 1 million times so that they would see that even 1 million of his type will never smell power. His best chance was vice president, and he messed it up. What did he do? Apart from going around and commissioning toilets and bathrooms and telling a plethora of lies. This way, this one. Hey, we still remember all those lies. And the worst of them all was how much of a weakling he told Ghanaians he was. If I solve all the problems now, then when I come back, what other problems am I going to solve? Like somebody who has believe me. Me, I was only the mate. What kind of a mate is this that cannot tell the driver, Papa driver, with all respect, you are going in the wrong direction. You sat in the trotro, cross your legs, wipe the sweat off your bald head, and allow the driver to drive over the cliff. Now you are both ghosts. You are finished. 2028. I thought he would even say 6 million years later. 2028. Who? Bawumia. Oh, please, be a little real. Be a little real. The wounds are still so fresh for us to forget. I wonder what my father even saw in the days and was supporting this party. He was dying for the party. Kukurudu! He would wake up from his bed shouting, Kukurudu! Echi! When children were passing by, they would say, Kukurudu! They say, Echi! Echi! Even in his old age, he said it with vim. Children would pass by. Kukurudu! Echi! Kukurudu! Echi! Kukurudu! Echi! Gradu! I say, Abba Baba. Yai mana. Kukurudu echi shinga. Yezu kai, walai kai sufa. Murianka ya sherki. I kukurudu patu munai. I kukurudu. Kukurudu patu munai. Then another child will pass. Kukurudu. Echi. Jesus have mercy. May he rest in peace. I'm sure in his grave, he's realized what a demonic party these kleptomaniacs have built. Afenyo is still talking. You know that, right? Watch this.
We are not against accountability, but we are against selective justice. And the MP makes a contribution on the floor, and the next moment is invited by Yoko. Look at the onerous bail conditions. Even their own leaders are complaining. Honorable Harun Idrisu has complained about the onerous bail conditions. Honorable Muntaka, the Interior Minister, has also complained on the House floor. So we are expressing our views on how the government is being run. You see, as a country, we must end this vicious cycle of you do me, I do you. I've been talking about this for quite some time now. I don't say this because it is my people who are going through this situation. I say this because all my life I've believed that we can do politics in a very decent way. I believe in that decent approach in politics. Pay attention to the core issues. If you leave Accra and going deep into the hinterlands, you see the serious underdevelopment in our country. That should be what should occupy our minds as political leaders. All right? For me, if they don't stop, it will be difficult for the moderates in NPP to also calm the nerves of the extremists when NPP comes to office tomorrow. But is that what we want as a country? No. That's not what we want. That's not what we want.
It says that we should do decent politics like slapping policemen, like giving people haircuts. So decent. Oh, wow. Applause. We should do decent politics of Métisism. We should sit on the periphery, on the fence, and watch the dwarfs drive the car over the cliff. Decent politics. No policeman and their family should ever vote for the NPP until justice is given that policeman who was slapped 3 times by this guy. Of course, selective justice is evil. But where is the selective justice? Where is it? That one to me is in there. Who else should go there? The others are following. The others are following. SEDINA is there. Is she not there? Where is the selective justice? Look, nothing should distract Mahama. And again, Ghanaians know point blank. If Mahama starts misbehaving today, Blakk Rasta will be the first guy to come and say, you know the track record. You know how we have always done it. It's all about Ghana. That is why people trust Blakk Rasta. For after your marking, you are greedy and selfish. You want talk or no back, so you can be tokenized. That's him away. It's the black pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here, I just want to share a word to the ghetto youth. I'm telling you that some of these politicians, they are getting kickbacks from even the ruling government. They are playing chess with your lives. Don't trust them. Come here, Mahmoud Bamouya, yeah. When he finishes, an NDC bigwig is going to send them money so that when they also come back into power 6 million years later, they can reciprocate it. We become the sacrifice. Let us be wise. It's the black pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 4. Watch this. Ghana airport staff sacked for begging tourists. Now, we have the Accra International Airport. We all know that beautiful airport, right? It used to be named after a demon called Kotoka. And then we decided that no, too much of the demonism. We don't want it. It's a very beautiful airport. One of the most beautiful airports in the whole of Africa. When tourists come here, they wonder if this is Africa. Nigerians come here and they are mesmerized. They are befuddled by the exotic nature of this beautiful airport. It is called the Accra International Airport. My brother, my sister, hey! Now, the sad thing about this airport is not all about the brick and mortar. No, sir. It's about the non-entities there who keep begging and extorting money. My brother, my sister, from travelers and tourists. My brother, let me just give you a sharp contrast. I was in Nigeria and I arrived at the Murtala Muhammad Airport. I am a Pan-Africanist. I don't have to prove it to anybody. I love Nigeria. Oh, Jesus. I travel around Africa and I'm at home. Nigeria is one of my favorite countries in the world. Because when I arrive in Nigeria, if your mama is ready to cook me some nice food, and in the corner, there is also, let me keep it before people start judging me. I love Nigeria. My mentor, Nigerian singer, Raskimono. I am Nigeria. I love Nigeria. That is why I want Nigeria to accept its power, grab its power after recognizing the power and rule the world. I arrived at Murtala Muhammad Airport and I was rushing to go and pee because my bladder was full and I had been in the queue for so long. The place was crowded. In queue for so long, I was rushing out. I was running to the bathroom and somebody stopped me. Okay. Una for settle. That's what he said. Una for settle. I said, excuse me. So where are you from? Where are you from? I said, please, my bladder is full. Can I just empty it and then we can have a conversation? Oh, but una for settle. It meant that I had to pay before using the bathroom at Murtala Muhammad Airport. How many years ago? I looked at the brother and I said, if I don't have money, what will happen? He told me to talk to some of the people walking around. They might have coins for me to pay. Or else I wasn't getting to the bathroom. Long story cut short, I gave him money. I was supposed to go in there and come and get my change. Listen. So I got in there. I had already started wetting my pants. I was done. I turned the tap on. Only air was coming. Before I realized, whoosh, light out. Is this guy switching off the light so he can run away with my money or what? Let me come out. I came out and the guy was gone. Somebody else was there. Oh, where is the? Say, who? Now who? Oh, they're close. Oh, the guy went with my money. He was gone. When Oyibo arrives at the Nigerian airport, it's the same thing. They even take more from them, steal from them. I was in Ethiopia at the Bole International Airport. They cut open my bag and stole my camera in Ethiopia. And I was going on pilgrimage to the land of Haile Selassie. I got robbed at the Bole International Airport. Fire burned them. Then I arrived in Ghana. Oh, this is Ghana. I was born here. I was going to pee. Then the guy, yeah, Black Rasta. Yeah, man. Charlie, we they feel you, you know. We they feel you. Yeah, they feel you. They feel you be guy. You dead form, you be baba. I said, oh, thank you, thank you. I mean, I'm used to fans saying that. As I was getting to the bathroom, he said, oh, make you hurry up, come behind me something. Finish and come and pay us. I turned and looked at him. The urine vanished. I said, what the heck are you talking about? You charge money for this? He said, no, but, you know, it be love. I asked him, are you not being paid? And the brethren I was traveling with were all surprised. The way I was angry. Imagine this is Black Rasta, you are doing this too. If this be Omo Naija, you do the same thing Omo Naija did to me in Nigeria. You do worse than what happened to me in Bole International Airport. I was shocked. I didn't pee. I went to the superior. So they look, your boys are there. Anybody who goes into the bathroom, they ask them for money. Are they not being paid? My brother, how long can we continue doing this? At the Accra International Airport, there were times when bags were cut open and things were stolen. Why? Why? Now, this is the first point of contact when entering a country. This is how you welcome people into the country. You welcome them by stealing from them, by asking them to pay to pee. What is the airport tax used for? I ask for the full respect. It is all over the place. They would sing praises on you until you part with your money. Then they look for the next person to sing praises on. Well, I have talked about this over and over. The Ghana airport authorities, headed by Yvonne Efiriye, this pretty lady, finally took action only yesterday. They put up a statement as to what happened. Accra International Airport crackdown. Ghana Airport Company Limited fires 2 workers over begging and extortion. Then the press statement came. Bam! Bring the next one. Bam! This one. Update on actions taken against extortion at the Accra International Airport. Management wishes to update the traveling public on recent incidents of extortion at Accra International Airport. On the 5th of August 2026, that's yesterday, 2 port health officers working inside Terminal 3 were found to have extorted money from a foreign passport holder for the issuance of a yellow fever card. Now, the approved fees are $20 for foreign passport holders and 100 Ghana cedis for Ghanaian passport holders. However, the officers charged the passenger $40. Immediate action has been taken. Their ID cards to operate in the terminal have been withdrawn and deactivated. As of Thursday, that's today, the 6th of August 2026, the 2 officers are no longer permitted to work at Accra International Airport or any other Ghana Airport Company Limited operated airport. Management has also taken note of a viral video showing a Ghanaian immigration service officer demanding money for breakfast from a passenger. The Ghana Immigration Service has confirmed that The officer in question has since been transferred from the airport. Management reiterates, everyone is being watched. We urge all passengers, spot it, record it, report it, use our dedicated hotline 0542 175 You can call or WhatsApp or text. Ghana Airports Company Limited remains committed to a zero tolerance policy on extortion and to protecting the integrity and reputation of Ghana's airports. And it's signed. An immigration officer is standing outside there and is asking for breakfast. Are you not being paid, idiot? Look at a fool. Are you not being paid? How would the foreigners regard the country? Imagine this guy is coming to invest billions of dollars in the country. The first impression is that this is a country of hungry people. His bargaining power all of a sudden increases because these are hungry people. They will fall for any trash. And all that Ghana Airports did was to transfer this rogue. Why didn't they suspend him for 1 year with no salary and afterwards degrade his rank? Why didn't they put his name out? You are shielding crime and foolishness. Now, health workers there are charging this. Is this the first time you're hearing this? Don't pretend. They are all there doing that. How about the little boys and girls who are controlling the bathrooms, who are taking money? Are you trying to say you don't see them? You say you are watching. With what? Binoculars? Or what? Or are you putting people on a beam balance? Old, outmoded beam balances. That's it. They said they are watching you. And these boys, they know where all the cameras are. The other day, I was at the UK, wherever, where they collect these passports and all that. It's written there that don't give money. Please, we are okay. Just a thank you. It's okay. The British place. They put Ghanaians there to collect passports. They will tell you in tree, pass the money under the table. There's no camera there. For Scanufa table now say. Then you put it, they use their tie to chalk the money like this. They say as the birds are learning to fly without perching, the hunters must also learn to what? Fire without missing. How can a nation grow? In tourism, you are asking people to come and see the beauty of your land. And what you welcome them with is this. And interestingly, I was in Jamaica. When I arrived at the Montego Bay International Airport, the Jamaican people, understanding what tourism is, you know what they did? Sir, have you found your bag? Is everything okay? I said, yes, but one of my friends, the bag, said, let's wait a little bit. I said, oh, it's not here. Fill this form. It will come on the next flight or latest tomorrow. And that was what happened. Nobody was demanding a penny. Of course, if you give them, they will take. That is not also too good. They call them tips. Because the more you allow tips, a lot of them will be tipped. And they will tip off criminals. Can I tell you a final thing? In America, they don't accept that. In South Africa, they don't accept tips at the airport. But in my country, they demand it like a right. They are entitled. Once you are coming to my country, give me money. In Nigeria, say, give me money. To the airport staff, we want to say thank you so much. We appreciate this, but you can do better. It's glaring. Let's not pretend. There's too much. Give me this, give me this. And I've spoken about this time and again. It's nauseating. So, Yvonne, you know that I love you. You know that, right? Please, transferring people is no punishment. It's not a punishment. And all those guys around, they are doing worse. Why don't you automate it? Yellow fever, they pay online so that when they reach there, they just sign the card and give to them. Rather than putting somebody there to sign and tell them how much they should pay. Dash. It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we have a final story. Hey! Hey! Kai! Woyo!
Back and stay safe. The National Petroleum Authority is cautioning the public to desist from scooping or fetching fuel from overturned fuel tankers at accident scenes. Do not get closer to the scene in an attempt to take videos or pictures. Inhaling the petroleum product is detrimental to your health. Worst of all, petroleum products are volatile and highly flammable, and a small spark can trigger a catastrophic explosion, causing deaths and loss of property. Call the Ghana Fire Service or Ghana Police personnel to handle the scene, or reach the National Petroleum Authority's contact center on 0302 550 380. Your life is worth more than a gallon of fuel. This Save a Life campaign is from the National Petroleum Authority.
Build and new opportunities are opening up. And if you're African or part of the African diaspora, you really don't want to sit this one out, because this could be one of the greatest opportunities for our generation. And before you say, I don't know anything about technology, that's okay. Everyone can learn. Even if you're starting with no background in AI, you could be in the medical field, the financial field, a student, anything or anyone you don't, or just basically somebody looking for new direction. That's why we here at PATRIOT Solutions, a USA-based company, is offering a 12-week artificial intelligence governance professional course, all online. You will learn about AI governance, AI risk. You will learn about prompt engineering, AI agents, RAG, and then responsible AI. The classes start.
Blakk Pot, Kuku show them.
It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. At this point, I want to invite you to please subscribe to the channel. And right after that, hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. Again, my brother, my sister, our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We are so excited to do that for free. Absolutely. And I want to also say thank you so much to our sponsors. Yes, turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori Doriente. Thank you so much to Millennium Insurance. Yes, your trustworthy partner. We want to also say thank you so much to NPA for loving Ghanaians, loving human beings, and asking people to stay away so that we can be safe. Yes, whenever a fuel tanker gets involved in an accident and overturns, the message is very simple. Stay back and stay safe. And remember, your life is worth more than just a gallon of fuel. Finally, I want to say thank you so much to PATRIOT Solutions. It's all about AI. In these times, all you need to do, just scan the QR code, and boom, it takes you to register. You can pay in installments. At the end of the day, you get an AIGP certificate from globally accepted and acclaimed AI experts. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 5. Final story. Watch this. SEDINA TAMAKLOE'S 350 cars left to rot at national security. Hey, are you aware that somewhere in 2016, SEDINA TAMAKLOE signed a certain contract to procure 350 cars? And when those cars came, it was said that they were overpriced and they were supposed to be for GPRTU. And the TUC rejected them because they had a company they could have procured this cheaper from. And those cars were left right there at the national security to rot under the vagaries of the weather. And SEDINA TAMAKLOE later had to suffer for this. Let us go into the dossier and get a proper understanding of this. But before then, how was it reported by Joy News? It was reported as investigated by Manasseh Awuni Azure. Watch this.
In our very first story, Joy News Investigations has revealed government in 2016 purchased 350 vehicles for onward distribution to transport operators at 18 million cedis more than it would have cost if the same vehicles were bought from the showroom. The Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU, which was to receive the vehicles for redistribution to its members, rejected the vehicles, citing the cost at which it was being offered to them. Manasseh Azure Awuni spent the last 7 months investigating how various vehicles procured by the state have been grounded. In the first of the series titled Grounded Wheels, Manasseh delves into the reason the Maslock vehicles have been at the mercy of the weather for more than 2 years now.
In the National Security Yard behind the Accra International Conference Center, 350 vehicles procured by the Microfinance and Small Loan Center, Maslock, are packed with some of the saloon cars completely covered with overgrown weeds. The vehicles are made up of 133-seater Isuzu buses, 100 Chevy Sparklight saloon cars, and 150 Chevy Aveo saloon cars. Maslock procured these vehicles in 2016 for the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, but the GPRTU rejected them. The Chief Executive Officer of Maslock, Stephen Amwa, says the Transport Union rejected the vehicles because they are overpriced.
If you look at the prices and compare that to market averages, the prices were outrageous because those trotro buses and commercial vehicle drivers have their turnovers, the sales they make a day, and for that matter, any car they procure for that purpose should be able to work in that capacity and give them the sales they need to be able to break even.
Joy News, as part of this investigation, went to the supplier of the vehicles, Mac Autos and Spare Parts Ghana Limited, for quotations in August 2018, 2 years after the company sold the vehicles to Maslock. We found that the 2016 prices of the vehicles are lower than the 2018 prices, but our investigation revealed that the cost at which the company sold the vehicles to Maslock in 2016 is far higher than the cost at which it sold to the general public in 2018. For instance, Mac Ghana sold the 33-seater Isuzu bus to the general public in 2018 at $79,000, but sold to Maslock in 2016 at $107,000, a difference of $28,000 per bus. The company sold the Chevy Sparklight saloon cars in 2018 at $9,000, but sold to Maslock at $12,500. In 2018, Mack had stopped selling Chevy Aveo saloon cars, but an August 2017 invoice from the company, which Joy News obtained as part of this investigation, caused the price of each Chevy Aveo vehicle at $14,000. However, the company supplied each of the 150 vehicles to Maslock at $18,000. In all, the cost of the vehicles sold to Maslock is higher than the market price of the vehicles by at least $3,750,000 or 18,375,000 Ghana cedis. Joy News made several attempts to speak to the CEO of Maslock, who signed the contract at the time, SEDINA TAMAKLOE'S, but could not get her to comment. When Joy News wrote to Mack Ghana for a response, the company denied any wrongdoing. In a letter to Joy News, Mack Ghana said,
"The reasonable difference in prices of the vehicles sold to Maslock and the prices sold to the general public was due to the fact that it was not paid upfront in cash, but over a period of 2 years. As such, an interest was put on the price, as is custom in car purchases."
Stephen Amwa believes the amount put on contracts in Ghana are generally too high.
I know all over the world businesses, they have lobbying fee. So you might have thought of some small margin to manage the transactions that went on. Even America, they have lobbying fee. Whether it's wrong or right, I don't know. But a situation where just by observation, amounts that are added, sometimes when you think about it, you ask yourself, so do we have mosques and churches in Ghana, like buildings? I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm not perfect, bro. I'm not an angel. But I think what is really destroying Ghana is corruption. There's nothing else. Whether NDC, CPP, we have good people who are learned. But why? It's corruption. Why? It's corruption.
Joy News investigation revealed more anomalies with this contract beyond the prices. We secured a record of all the vehicles imported by Mack Ghana from January 2016 to December 2017. We also secured details of all the vehicles cleared by the company for which duty was paid. When the details of the vehicles supplied to Maslock were searched from the vehicles cleared, they were not found. Our checks with the Ghana Revenue Authority confirmed that the company did not pay duty on the vehicles it supplied to Maslock. According to the GRA, duty on the 350 vehicles amounted to 10,500,000 Ghana cedis. Further investigations revealed that the Ministry of Finance had written to waive the duty for the company pending a parliamentary approval, which did not happen. Our investigation, however, revealed the company was not entitled to a duty waiver according to the terms of the contract. Article 32 of the contract states, and I quote, "A supplier shall be entirely responsible for all taxes, duties, licenses, fees, etc. incurred until the delivery of the contracted goods to the final destination." End of quote. GPRTU executive told Joy News the union had its own preference, but Maslock insisted on Mack Ghana. Besides, Maslock did not discuss the prices or sign any contract with them before importing the 350 vehicles. The procurement specialist, Kobina Atabedu, says government committed a series of anomalies in the transaction.
My understanding of this is that GPRTU said that they want government to assist them to acquire vehicles. GPRTU had their own preference of vehicles they want. So that is the specification. How come government decided that we are going to go to Mack and that is what we will give you? That is a red flag for me. Number two, why should it be a sole source or a single source? And where is the approval? Did they get PPA to do an approval for that single source? Now, if PPA did an approval for that single source, what kind of due diligence did they do before they decided to give them the approval? Because if I look at the analysis here, they quoted in cedi. The contract was given out in Ghana cedi. We have ended up paying in USD as against the contract. That itself is a flaw on government's part.
He also commented on the value of the vehicles.
When a vehicle drives out of the showroom, as soon as it comes out of the showroom, 20% of the vehicle has depreciated. It's gone. The value is gone. So if we are to sell those cars today, we will have lost money. Because by accounting standards, you can depreciate a car over a maximum of 5 years and a minimum of 3 years. So if we take the maximum, it means every year 20% of the value of the car is gone. So as soon as the car drove out of the showroom, so if you buy a car today, you take it back the next day and say, I want my money back, they'll give you your money minus 20%. So we've put those cars there, dumped them in the sun.
Since 2016.
Since 2016. So 2016, 2017, 2018, now we are in 2019, 4 years. The value of those cars, book.
The fate of the vehicles is not known. What is known is that, irrespective of how the vehicles are disposed of, the state will have to sell them at a lower price than it bought them. For Joy News, Manasseh Azure Arena reporting.
This is Manasseh Awini Azure reporting for Joy News. Now, my brother, my sister, this was what happened. Let us break it down. Come here. Run the dossier. Watch this. The procurement of 350 vehicles by the Microfinance and Small Loans Limited, Maslock, under the former CEO, SEDINA TAMAKLOE'S, resulted in a major scandal when the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU, rejected them due to highly inflated prices. The controversy surrounding these vehicles formed part of a major state prosecution against TAMAKLO, which recently culminated in her acquittal by the Ghana Court of Appeal on the 30th of July, 2026. Now, the core reason for the rejection was extreme overpricing. For instance, each of the 100 buses included in the 350 vehicle batch was allegedly overpriced by $28,000, as we heard in that documentary. The GPRTU had previously proposed a cheaper alternative supplier for the fleet. Management and the TAMAKLO rejected the union suggestion and went ahead with the state procurement. Now, because the GPRTU refused to take ownership of the overpriced fleet, the vehicles were left to deteriorate in storage yards for years. Now, the state eventually had to auction them off at highly and heavily discounted prices to mitigate total loss. Investigative reports indicated that the vehicles were physically delivered before any formal supply contracts were legally signed. Now, watch this. Now, this vehicle deal was part of 78 counts of corruption, stealing, money laundering, and causing financial loss to the state, leveled against TAMAKLO starting in 2019. She was tried in absentia after traveling abroad for medical reasons and was initially sentenced to 10 years in prison with hard labor. Now, from the onset, TAMAKLO strongly denied all allegations. According to statements published on Ghana Web, she called the inflation claims baseless and politically motivated attempts to tarnish her reputation. But this was what happened to her. Now she's been acquitted. So what has happened to those buses? Do you have an idea? They were rejected. And when they were rejected, they were left in storage yards. The entire batch, consisting of 133-seater Isuzu buses and 100 Chevrolet Sparklight saloon cars and 150 Chevrolet Aveo saloon cars, was parked at the National Security Yard behind the Accra International Conference Center. Because of ongoing price disputes and legal gridlocks, the vehicles sat exposed to the harsh tropical weather for multiple years. This caused batteries to die, tires to deflate, and body parts to rust. My brother, my sister, and in 2019, Maslock and the Ministry of Finance attempted to audit and structurally scale down the prices to make them affordable enough for the GPRTU to reconsider. However, these efforts stalled because the initial procurement cost was already fixed so high above market averages. So what happened? To stop the vehicles from rotting completely into total financial losses, the government ultimately stepped in and auctioned them off to the public at heavily discounted prices. Because they had deteriorated in storage and were sold off cheaply, the state recovered only a fraction of the millions of dollars originally spent to procure them, cementing the deal as a major financial loss to the state. Dash. Did you hear that? Major financial loss to the state. We spent millions to procure these cars. GPRTU said no, and thanks to GPRTU, they refused the looting. They didn't pay customs duty. They brought them, overpriced them, and said because they were not paying everything outright, the price had to go a little up. 28,000 American dollars overpriced for the buses. They sold them out cheaply. That was what happened to the buses. But we are told that the finance minister at the time, Ken Oforiatta, was the one who paid for this. And it was endorsed by Sticker and the new Maslock people, even though it was signed by SEDINA TAMAKLOE. Sticker, were told, went to court as a witness, and in cross-examination, he gave answers as to it was okay, everything was okay, as commentators are holding around. We're going to corner him one of these days and speak to him in depth about what he said in court and what he told Manasseh in 2019. Were they two different things? Or did they realize that later? Well, Ghana lost a lot of money because of stealing and corruption. It's the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you so much for coming along. We appreciate you and we love you. At this point, I just want to say thank you and thank you and thank you. And we apologize for the late start of the show one more time. Now let's go for your comments and we are done for the day. Obin Kelvin Auntie says, I'm first here. Charles James says, hello. Paula Jones says, why? Jachu Chagli says, the guy of a politician was on demo today. If he doesn't know death, he should look at sleep. I don't get it. And then one shark says, Black Rasta, I can't stop watching you. Even if I'm at work, I am in the area to get home to listen to the truth. May God bless you and give you long life and prosperity. Tomorrow is my birthday. Happy birthday in advance, my brother. One shark. Henry Atia says, greetings to the good people of Bolgatanga. He says, for NPP, never again. More comments coming in. We have Omaimba Nana Nyansahini Angwa. He says, under the Nebuchadnezzar administration, a journalist was murdered in cold blood, in broad daylight, and we never got justice for Ahmed Swale. Today, Afenyo Makin, who slapped a police officer, has again disrespected a woman at the same spot of the Flagstaff House. I am patiently waiting for the women in the NPP if they will defend Nana Yaja Jantua as one of their own. George Mills says 45 cases under 2 years. I think the NPP needs to do soul searching. I agree with you. Evans Tete says only 1 year, 6 months, and you had 8 years in power. Clarence Doku says dead on arrival. We call it DOA in IT. Dominic says, why is Mr. Government allowing the NPP to decide conversation for the day? Abraham Okle says the chief mates. Okay? Agatha Asari says, why is the government giving these guys voices to speak nonsense? They should be behind bars. Maxwell Asimenu says, NPP never. Dr. Peter Sam says, during Nana NPP regime, there were restrictions on where and how you could demonstrate. No demonstrators near 5 miles radius of the Jubilee House. Adamu Kampauri says, I love you, brother. And I love you too. You know that. Are you from Burkina Faso? Clarence Doku is laughing. Omaimba Nananya Sahini Angwa says, Blakk, the NPP is the problem of the nation and deserves to be in opposition until Satan repents. Rabbi Queen or Rabbi Queen says, more fire. Says, I've seen nothing serious about the demonstration that took place by the junkie community today. And then total waste of time and unnecessary vehicular traffic. Dominic says, this guy is the most useless, boring person in the NPP. Which guy? Agatha Asari says, what's really wrong with our brothers? Do they really think the NPP is a caring party? They are only using them for their games. Yeah. Mark Romeo Forrest says, Professor Blakk, Moses Amagolo says, NPP 40 years in opposition. Okay? We take 2 more and we're done. Akana Izure says, Blakk, in my opinion, you should stop talking about South Africa in this program because, Blakk, I have been traveling. Well, Italy is not my first country that I've traveled to, but I tell you one thing, no country can survive in this world without foreigners. Yes. So if South Africa, if they say they can survive without foreigners, fine. Macron Euphoria says the future president Okujeto ABLAKWA. Evans Tete says, I wish he is our next president. I love him. Hajia Z says, big up Black Rasta. Zion Genesis is smiling. And then we have Henry says, this afternoon marking dude is really... Joseph Arta says, listen to the corruption kings. Gideon Kwatin says, the message Afenyo Markin gave was directed to Kennedy and Japan, but not Ghanaians and the NDC. Samuel Nkansa Jamina says, so, if every citizen has to go to the president and chief justice, then there wouldn't be any laws working. And then Edmond Kwati says, jokers. Henry continues, says, mentally deranged. Where it all began. Says, it's all in Ghana. Such are hailed. God help us that they never come near power. If not, Ghana is done. Free man Atachi says, I foresee Afenyo Markin losing his seat. Come election, this man is a disgrace to the NPP. And then Jamie Check. Okay. Johnson Asiedu Nketia General Mosquito for President Samuel Okujeto ABLAKWA as his vice. Okay, we hear you. This Eddie Child. And we have Sedina says fire. Bernard John says, hey, Rasta. They are thinking about solutions, not erections. A move of fire. Alassane Tahiru concludes it, and he says, this Jacinta girl is so divisive. She has forgotten apartheid history that separated Black South Africa from the white South Africans. Today, Jacinta is preaching the same division of apartheid and simply physics. Lastly, you are mad. I don't know who that is supposed to be going to, but I want to believe I do. Anyway, this has been the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. We catch you same time tomorrow. Until then, if you need to talk to us, our numbers are on the screen. Do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. And let me warn you. Please, if you're not ready to give the story, don't call. We've had some people call. We have this story. When we start following up on the story, then they chicken out. Don't do that. If you're not ready, we love the action. But please be ready for that action. Hey-ya! Hey-yo! Wayo! Come on!